This is your daily market review for Wednesday, December 4th, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at ADBE Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review, Wednesday, December 4th, 2024. Yes, the end of the year is almost upon us. We do know today was the end of new money, new month, end of, I don't know, kind of that cycle for the first three and last 3 business days of the month. Not familiar, check out that video, describe such in my review and education series. Now you kind of have to continue moving forward and see what's up. It's interesting action because we saw some very economically sensitive names get absolutely whacked today, and then you saw some tech names just flying. So a little confusing, to say the least. Yeah, absolutely. Some trash floating, definitely seeing that. So are we close to some sort of inflection point? That's the question you really have to ask yourself. So if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room. Links are shown below. Let's just dig into it. Because again, sometimes you don't know until you dig deeper into the evidence. And as of right now, the evidence to me is pretty clear that the indexes are making new highs, but not seeing the follow through in certain names. And so let's just dig in, see what we see. Again, trade what's working. Again, people shorting things, making new highs. I don't really advise that. If you're buying dips on trash, be careful, right? I mean, they could pop. Know your levels, right? There's certain trades that, again, both directions are actually working. So let's go. If you need a chat, choose the Calendly link, especially if you'd love to talk about real estate, looking to buy, invest, sell real estate. Do not use Uncle Tony to help you with your real estate transaction. Find the best person out there. Let me do that for you. Get 2 agents for the price of 1. If you trust me, I promise you will do the best you can to find you the best agent in your part of the world. In doing so, we'll give you the top level service that you deserve for any specific reason, whether it's buying, selling, or investing in real estate. And again, if you just want to talk about trading, let's do it. Let's holler. Hit me up. Let me know I can help. 1 second, taking a note of something. Yeah, if you'd like to follow the trades, right? Check out the Twitter. It's very simple. You don't have to be a part of Discord room. You can check this out. I'm also posting some real estate stuff here once in a while, but keeping people informed what we're looking at, what we're watching. Again, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. And if you're looking for that video first and last 3 business days of the month, it's somewhere in here. I can guarantee that. Definitely worth checking out. So again, if you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Here it is. So I appreciate it. And again, if you want to donate, thanks button on the YouTube, or if you want to use the links in the description below, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Again, doesn't matter if you want to buy me a beer or you want to buy me a brick, it's all good. Friends, appreciate it. All the love, support, generous donations. That's why we do this, again, to help people out. No one gets charged a dime. All right, check out the website again. Turn profits into properties and passive income. Let's do this. Let me know how I can help. Always here. Holler at your boy. All right, we know the odds of a rate cut continue to, I don't know, just kind of stick around this 70 plus range. Either way, that's basically going to happen. I wouldn't overthink it. If it changes, and again, it's subject to change, right? But at this point, it seems like there's a cut coming on the 18th, which is basically 2 Wednesdays from now. Not next Wednesday, but the following. Bitcoin, man, this thing's been all over. I just want to refresh it again because sometimes trading view is a little crap. Which again, I mean, I love you, Trading View. Not really. Again, you guys kicked me off of there a long time ago, which was bullshit for having the best. We actually had the #1 non-sponsored chat room there. It was pretty fun until we got hated on because we were trying to give people insights that they didn't need to spend all the stupid money on all these things. But again, I mean, some people like it. I'm like a keep it simple, stupid kind of guy. I only need some fibs here, trend lines, volume. Doesn't have volume at price, but that's really all you need sometimes. And moving averages. Sorry to get on that tangent. That was a while ago. Some of you guys who are listening probably remember that. Fun days. All right, so yeah, we're holding up here. Again, 2 times range. What do we say? When we hit it, take some profits, see what happens. Chop, 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 chop. Keep an eye on it. Oil. Why is oil not refreshing? Oil got, I wouldn't say slam, but man, the oil service names did. Again, it's looking a little suspect. You're seeing lower lows, but you're seeing a base. Sorry, lower high. This is interesting. It's like a little triangle, right? And here's your pinnacle. What happens? Do we break down or we break out? Natty Gas started pulling back again. We could hit the upper range bounds. Talked about that. Are you surprised? No, shouldn't be. Shouldn't be at all. So just keep an eye on it. Again, I like natural gas long term, but I want to see it at lower prices. That's just wishful thinking. Could be. Dollar King Dollar. Trump loves King Dollar. However, this is looking like a head and shoulders top, but it's not guaranteed, right? There's a probability based game. So if you do short, you would short somewhere around the shoulder line. But if you also were long it, you've taken some profits and you're just sitting here waiting. Like 20-day clearly matters. 20-day breaks, I think it gets worse. Bonds, we talked about chopping up here. Look at today's action, man. Open low. Again, data's bad. The data is not good. Close back at the highs. Man, this is some, I mean, look at this. Look at these candles. Higher high, lower low. Almost higher high, lower low. Lower low, higher high. I mean, this is, call that confusing. Yeah, that's what sometimes happens. So keep an eye on it. That's kind of the shakeout action you'd want to see, potentially if you are bullish. We talked about identifying the double bottom with the range potential, right? VIX, wow, one green day. Thanks, guys, for being generous. 9 red, 1 green. We talked about the VIVIX bottoming first. It looks like it's just, man, when's it going to move? You don't know. It bottomed 2 weeks ago almost, right? No, last week, holiday week. We'll see. SPY making new highs. I mean, again, I had some cheap puts that we'll see if they expire worthless. Probably looking at it, man. I mean, to me, again, people go, oh, what's the risk reward? It's like, ooh, we'll see. This is why, again, if you're bullish, cool. These gaps are a little suspect at the highs. Like you get these like little mini gaps, chop tops. Again, doesn't mean it can't go higher, right? It's just something to watch for, right? Because you've had a pretty nice run. QQQ finally caught up and broke out, but it's a gap. I'm not a big fan of gaps at highs and lows because they're usually pretty exuberant, right? Like a gap at a low is like usually a blowout, and a gap at a high can be the same. And again, this is where it gets a little confusing, right? You got the IWM just not even playing. Just, it's like it's not even there. DIA, again, 30 stocks holding up pretty well. Got to give it credit where credit's due, but it's up against a trend line. Keep an eye on it. The gold, again, not big fan of it. Near term, long term, I mean, just, dude, get as much as you can. Deeper discounts if possible. It looks like a wedge. Again, longer term, I think it has the upside of about, I don't know, like 280s near term. We'll see. Silver's been kind of lagging, but today's action, I mean, you'd hope you get the follow through. I was watching this today. I was like, come on, baby, you can do it. Look where it closed. Sneaky. Miners, again, really not confirming much of anything. Other than that, miners suck. GDXJ, I mean, miners suck until the move is real. These things could play games because they could get straight line movers. But if you like zoom out, big up move, consolidate, and up move. So, I mean, it is technically trending up. It's just not very friendly. Keep an eye on it, especially the juniors. Big boys. AEM, this one looked like it was breaking out. But what do we say? Look at that range here. Look at this high volume high. Watch all these candles seem to be getting stuck around 87. What was the high today? 86, 84. Keep an eye on it. AG, this one looked like it was bottoming. But I mean, it makes sense that it would chop around here, right? Like this is just, it's like frustration central. Backtesting trend line and a freaking plethora of moving averages that just want to keep you stuck. Cheddar. Newmont looks like a double bottom here. I know some people who are going long here. It doesn't bother me. Makes sense. You know, we talk about like gaps at the highs and like this little gap down here and then it chops around. Sneaky. Again, little novice gap comes back. This is hard. Again, the risk reward is all that matters, right? Like if you zoom out and you go, okay, I'm not going to try to overthink it. I'm sorry, moving my chair. And you just say, I'm going to buy Newmont at 41 and put a dollar stop. I mean, if it goes to 90, you're going to look like a damn genius. Pass, chopping around. Again, we like these names. Just, I don't trust them. Taiwan Semi. Doji at the high, Doji at the low, at the trend lines. We'll see what happens here. I mean, look where you closed. Nice pump. Again, can it break out? That's the question. Micron. Is Taiwan semi like benefit with some of these like Intel names and other names just not doing as well? That's a question. I have Micron. Yeah, I mean, this thing is big chop zone, big chop, 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 chop. I mean, a lot of people get excited about this. I don't. AMD, big chop zone. Right. I mean, I'm still on record going saying the same thing. I think semis are the biggest, easiest short long term. Speaking of NVIDIA, sneaky, sneaky. Again, I mean, if you took some profits, you're not like too butthurt today, but you are a little disappointed. The closing looked like they definitely liquidated a little bit, but we got above the 20-day. And again, if you shorted the 150s plus, and you're at 145, and we talked about the first dip should get bought. It did. It's just, man, are we going to play a game? That would be the sneakiest game right there. If you got back up to like 149, keep an eye on it. Not saying it can't, not saying it will. But again, if you're looking to add back shorts, I mean, you want to do it on rising stocks, right? Like you want to get the best levels, like buying the dips, like knowing that like certain levels would matter. Here you go. SMCI. This one's a sneaky. This is crazy, right? Like talked about it. Like they approved their own numbers. Cool story, bro. Yeah, we didn't do anything wrong. Oh, so your auditors are quitting, and you guys are like, yeah, our numbers are great, of course. Well, why did Ernst & Young quit? That's the question you have to ask. Again, just be careful with whatever you do. Intel, again, a lot of people get mad at me for bagging on this name. I get so much hate, so much hate. Leave a comment below if you feel the hate through the computer. Like, hate at me or maybe you're watching on a tablet. I don't know, your TV. Hate for trying to just say, leave this turd alone. But we did talk about how, like, you know, when it gaps down, it chops around and it rebuilds bases. And then it was channeling. It was like, you had a hold here. And it's like, oh. All those people yelling at me like, oh, I'm like, stop. I'm not trying to pick fights. SMH, interesting candle today. Doji, again, got over the 50-day. New money, new month. I mean, it's like the whole day. It was like equal buyers, equal sellers chopping around. Adobe, nice little bounce. We said this a couple, I don't know what day it was. Said I'd be curious if we got back up here. Well, we got curious. We got back up there. Worth a watch. Apple, again, today you would think like Apple should be pumping. Dogecoin. Doge Department of Government Efficiency. We'll see what happens here. Again, you would think you'd get more. Amazon, I know some of the homies saw some calls coming in on this one. Makes sense. Just, you're at a fib extension. Again, the 1.618 is usually the biggest fib extension. That in the 2 range. So maybe have more range. Again, I imagine they did pretty damn well over Cyber Friday. Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It's now Cyber Week. It's almost like the deals never end because the prices were really just manipulated. Meta, we talked about. Congratulations if you bought down here, bought the breakout over the 50-day, looking like it might. Again, this is what if I was long it, I'd be taking some profits. Now, again, do you want to take all your profits? That's your choice. But I look at it and go, okay, good trade. I mean, if I took all my profits today and just disappeared, I'd be pretty happy. Imagine if you bought it 560 and you wrote it up to 615. Pretty solid. CRM, look at earnings today. The action was interesting because I thought the volume would be big. So think about it. At the bottom, someone was like scooping this up, like, give me that, you know, asking for the ice cream, asking for all the gifts. Yum, 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 yum. Market makers are like, yeah, dump in my face. Give it to me. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Sorry, that may have been too graphic. But here's again, an equal, almost similar gap at the high. 210 to 360. I'd be curious to see what happens the next couple days. Because again, if market makers accumulated down here, liquidated up here, they're feeling pretty damn good. Guggenheim, nice little bounce. Good for them. Good for them, right? We've talked about this. Looks like it's a choppy range, holding the 200-day, holding the moving average. It's big and sloppy. Microsoft broke the wedge. But again, like the last minute, again, I like to watch the last 10 minutes. Somebody looked like they were pounding the freaking bid. This one's a toughie. Again, whether you like it or not, just worth a watch. My NDAQ, again, the homies who took the short at the highs. The one, again, speaking of fibs that are powerful, 1618. Look at them apples, right? Right? Not much. Right? Keep an eye on it. 20-day. We'll see. Again, I personally think it's not, the future is not there. It's not on the Nasdaq exchange. It's on all the other exchanges, if that makes sense. Sense made? Yes, sir. Sense made. Sorry, all the accents. We were like, what accent was that? And they're like, I don't know. MicroStrategy, I'm gonna slap a high five on my back. Again, I'm going slow today. I apologize. I mean, it's been a long day already. 20-day, you're welcome. Again, leave a comment below if you took it. I don't care. I mean, people are like, oh, I don't want to say anything like I'm like, dude, pat yourself on the back. I want to hear when you're doing well. 20-day, we talk about it. Booyakasha. Netflix and chill, holding up new highs. Let's speed it up. Roblox, talked about if you held the 48s, back at the highs. Again, I mean, long term, I've always said I think this is a buyout target. Pan W, we like cybersecurity, broke the downtrend. Again, golf clap. Nice work. Nice work. Again, it's not that hard, y'all. Tesla Fadi, holding up at the highs. I mean, again, this looks like a base pattern. I mean, that's a big move. Just be careful. It could chop around. It could pull back. I mean, the risk reward is kind of, it's just a 50-50. You need to break out for me to even trust that thing, because it could just chop around. Yeah, here you go. Insight. We talk about this as a buyout target. If you bought in the 50s, you're just kind of hanging out here. I mean, it's not every day it's up. I mean, again, I think personally I'd be watching how it reacts on pullbacks. Are there buyers there? Palantir. I mean, again, here we go. Bull, strong, but again, it's just getting more choppy. Like it's getting a lot harder to reach for higher highs. Keep it on it. Again, if you're shorting it, wait for the 8 and 10 day. If you're long it, wait for the, I mean, again, you should be taking profits as it climbs, knowing that the risk reward is not in your favor the higher it goes. And again, it's trade around it, manage it. It's such, man, why does trading have to be that hard? Because you have a brain, and you have a reptilian brain that is full of fear and crap, and you cannot think logically at times. I get it. McDonald's chopping around. DKNG put on some shorts today above 45. Got a lot of people going, oh, you're toast. I'm like, okay, I mean, could I be toast? I'm not going to sit here and go, I can't lose. No, it makes sense. It's short here. If it goes higher, cool. You go long it if you want. I mean, I personally just define my risks as long dated puts. Let's play the game. Airbnb, backtesting the trend line, holding the 50-day. Costco, been beast mode. It clearly feels like 1,000's coming. Starbucks, we talked about this chopping around. Man, it's not really doing much after breaking out, sadly. FedEx, if you shorted this one up in the 303, 305, whatever area. 303 is a Denver area code. Yeah, talked about yesterday. Kapow. I mean, things you wouldn't see if the market, like the economy's strong. FedEx getting blasted post Cyber Monday. What the fudge? No, that's typically not how it goes. Caterpillar fills the gap, chopping around. DE had a nice run. Very nice correr. Not surprised if it pulls back. It's the same thing like with like Palantir. You just got to be careful. Again, doesn't mean it has to dump, but you should be managing your positions. Look at Nucor. Oh, doosh. Economic sensitive name. Blasted. X. Thank you, Jay Solstice. Again, he's talking about this yesterday. Again, if you're on the Discord room, give him a shout out too. I appreciate all you guys posting. Someone was buying calls yesterday on this big dip. I don't know if the sale's going to go through, but Trump, I don't know. I don't want to say for sure. But my guess is that they do get bought out. It's just will be Nippon Steel. Good old Vale again. Love to get this thing crushed. Arrow, copper names. All right, things that should be doing better, making lower lows. CCJ holding up really damn well. Got to give it credit where credit's due, but watch that 8-10 day. CF looked like it was going bonkers. Then now we have railroad tracks. 2 bars. Higher high, lower low. Mosaic, again, I like ag names. Let them play. NTR, chopping around. AA Aeron. I mean, you got to love aluminum. There's really not much to say. Again, I'd be watching for pullbacks when the market eventually digests some of the crap going on. XLF, we said 20-day was coming. 20-day coming. You got it. Again, this isn't like a get rich move, but it looks pretty strong. Now here you go. The first dip below the 20-day. Do we rally back? Do we hold the 20-day again? We'll see. And you started climbing on really light volume. Getting a little higher. Again, I personally think, again, JP Morgan, like they're not even buying back their own stock. Why would you buy their stock? 20-day, Morgan Stanley, Morgan's Stanley, chopping around the highs again. You've got references. Like we talked about some of the banks looking worse, like Bank of America. 20-day, better hold, right? Goldman Sachs holding up above. KRE, surprisingly green today, but that candle doesn't really look. I mean, if you look at these candles, green or red, you'd say, well, that looks like shiznit. That's just kind of building down. And if this candle was clear, you'd be like, I don't know if that's bullish or bearish. I don't know. XBI, again, we talked about risk on names, checking this out. Like, it just seems to be chopping. Jets, nice bounce up to the 25. Ugh. I mean, you've got clear references up here if you are looking to short. Remember, there was some good, like, travel news the other day. So I'm not surprised it bounced back, but worth a watch. XHB, housing. Housing not very feeling good. Again, do you see, like, the economic sensitive names just not really acting that great? Does that make sense? Keep an eye on it. Let me know what you think. Again, I love all the comments and the feedback. I appreciate it. Let's get through solar and gas, because gas is weird too. Solar, we talked about oversold. It's still crap. I mean, that's just what you have to remember. So any bounce, and I mean any bounce, like any significant bounce, it hits resistance. It's probably going to back off. I mean, I'm not a fan of solar. Not at this prices. No. Look at First Solar hitting that 250-day cross. HYG, someone's high today buying corporate debt out of their mind. You're good luck with that. USO, nice pullback. Again, keep an eye on this stuff. Again, I hate to like toot my own horn, but I mean, like I said, I hate the UNG. If you shorted the KLD at 80, you took profits in the 50s, you let it bounce. Now you're just kind of in between zones. Be patient. 10 Cuidado. XOP, this is where it gets really confusing. Like, think oil and gas, right? Should be, what the fuck? Huh? The fuck? What happened today? Again, I don't have any long positions, but this is where I'm like, CVE, right? Back down to this lower end of the range. Valero, we talked about the gasoline names, not really looking so hot. MPC, and it's like, what's going on here? ExxonMobil, right? Seems to be holding up. Big red bar below the 200-day. Occidental, again, Buffett must be just loving this action. And now again, could this all be like tax loss selling? Because these things have had crappy years. That's the question you got to ask yourself going into the middle of the month. EQT, if you're not familiar with tax loss selling, hit me up. I'll explain it to you. Again, big chop range, looks good. Got to the range highs. Not surprised it's backing off. Like, really zoom out. Like, it's just a big consolidation pattern. Last but not least, Flex LNG. Check this out, right? Chopping around. All right. Do you have any questions, any ideas, any thoughts? Again, I will share your idea. If you give me an idea, and I mean, how many times have I given praise to other people in the Discord room or ideas? I don't mind. Again, I'm not sitting here trying to pretend that I am the eye of Sauron that can see everything. No, I appreciate all the 20 pairs of eyes that are out there helping out, watching, and shooting ideas to me or saying, hey, Dan, what do you think of this? Freaking love that. The more you participate, the more I appreciate it. And again, vice versa. I will give back. It's like, hey, man, did you see this? I am all here to dialogue and grow together again, because not one person knows everything about the market all the time. All right, have a great night. Talk to you soon. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.